Hi everyone, and welcome to one more video of the How to Migrate to Canada channel. My name is Marilyn Quintana. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and today we are going to talk about the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, which is the easiest and fastest way to become a permanent resident in Canada. Before we talk about the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, it is important for you to know that this program applies for all the 4 provinces: Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador. But before we start, as I always ask, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, click on the little bell right below so you can receive notifications of our new weekly videos. And also, feel free to leave us a comment. There are 3 different streams to immigrate through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. The first one is the Atlantic High Skilled Program, the second one, the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program, and the third one, it is the Atlantic International Graduate Program. This program, one of the easiest ones to immigrate to Canada, it is that the general criteria is very low. So for example, the language criteria requires that you have a test in English or French, and your score must be CLB4. CLB4, it is a pre-intermediate level. It is a very low bar, and it's very easy to achieve in my opinion. So if you studied a little bit English in your home country, you may be able to get this score. The second criteria is the education level, which they consider as mandatory high school level. And if you obtained high school in your country of citizenship, you just need to do an equivalency to compare your high school as equivalent to the Canadian level. The third criteria is to have enough funds to support your family. The same requirement applies for federal programs. For example, if you are a family of 1 person, meaning you are single and have no kids, the amount that's required is about $13,000. If you have a spouse but don't have kids, the amount required it is around $16,000. And for every kid that added to your application, for every kid that you have, you'll be around $3,500 more that you have to prove in your application. So for example, around $20,000 for a couple with 1 kid, and this goes according to the family. We can leave here the link below that describes the proof of funds, so you can make sure that you have the funds available for your immigration program. It is also important to say that all 3 streams require that you have a job offer made by an employer located in the Atlantic province and who is designated by the province to participate in the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. If the employer is not designated, we can do the process to do the designation, which is a little bit more complicated, but if the employer is already designated, it is a very straightforward process. And employers, they have such a need of workforce in those locations that they are willing to support you through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Also, they made available a list of all employers that are already part of the program, so you can review the list of employers and apply directly to jobs with them, which I think it's a great option. We are also going to give you guys on the link below the list of employers that are participating in the program. Something that's important to say about education, that despite the fact that the requirement it is to have at least high school, depending on the job offer that you obtain, you have to comply with the education requirement according to the offer that you received. Okay, so for example, if your position requires that you are trained at a bachelor level to perform that occupation, you must also have the bachelor level. Okay, now we are going to talk about the differences between the 3 different programs available. I will start talking about the high skilled worker option, which requires you to have a position under NOCC 0A or B, which means a skilled worker position. Also that you have 1 year of work experience in that same position in the past 3 years. Okay, so I will give an example what is NOCC 0 A or B. NOCC 0, managerial positions. So any manager of any kind, it is a skilled worker, skill level type 0. NOCC A means that the person needs a university degree to perform the task. For example, a computer programmer, engineer, accountant, marketing specialist. All these positions are considered specialty positions, which falls into the skill level type A. Positions of the skill level type B are more technical positions, usually require a technical certificate or a vocational diploma, such as chefs, cooks, trade occupations like plumbers, carpenters, cement finishers, drywall, mechanics, electricians, and so on. We also have in the level B positions administrative assistants, bookkeepers, and graphic designers. It's important also to say that the job offer must be full-time, which means at least 30 hours per week, and must have duration of at least 1 year. The second stream that we are going to talk about is the intermediate skilled worker. While most provinces only offer opportunities to immigrate for people who have a job offer under skill level type A, 0, or B, the Atlantic provinces also offer an opportunity for people who are working and have a job offer under the skill level type C, which includes, for example, servers, hostess, people that provide support for warehouses, truck drivers, butchers, people working in hotels, for example. So it's a huge variety of options and an easier way to qualify for the immigration program. So all the requirements are exactly the same for the high skilled worker stream, meaning the language requirement, the funds requirements, and the education requirement. And regarding the job offer as well, that must be for at least 1 year, at least 30 hours per week. Something that's very interesting in this stream as well is that if you have experience as a nurse back home and you got a job offer on the NOCC as a home support worker or a nurse aide, which is the nurse assistant, for example, you can also apply for this program and immigrate to Canada. Let's talk about the third option to immigrate through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, which is the International Graduate Stream. So listen, while the two that I have talked about require you to have a previous experience of at least 1 year in that occupation that you got the job offer, if you graduate from a public institution located in one of the Atlantic provinces, and if your program of studies is of at least 2 years, you can apply with a job offer to immigrate to Canada without having to prove work experience. So all you have to do is to prove that you have lived already in the Atlantic province for at least 16 months, that you have graduated from a 2-year degree or diploma in a public institution in the Atlantic province, and then that you have the language requirements and the funds requirements. That's very good option for you to consider because it is very, very easy to get a job offer when you are located in Canada, when you are here. For this program, actually, you have the option to search for a job offer when you are from overseas. It is possible, but you can increase way more your chances if you are in Canada. So coming for a study program, it will allow you to apply at any time through the high skilled worker or the intermediate skilled worker according to your experience. But if you were not able to get a job offer while you are here or your spouse is here, one studying, the other one working full-time, and you were not able to get that job offer, then upon graduation, you'll be a way easier, and it's also another option for you to immigrate to Canada. The good point is, in the International Graduate Stream, you can consider a job offer in NOCC 0, A, B, and C levels, okay? So let's say you're here studying, you are working as a server part-time, then you graduated, you just need to talk to your employer to support your application through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. even as a server, even as a hostess, which is quite easy to get job offers from, because it is an industry that requires a lot of workers. That's all for today, guys. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment. Tell us how you like this video, if you're planning to come to one of the provinces, and which one of the 4 is your favorite province to apply. And of course, if you need any help, please count on us. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.